Good afternoon, everyone, and once again, we had a perfect shot, perfect opening shot, and of course 20 seconds or 10 seconds before we had to go live, we lost it. But it's fine, we kind of got it back now, and this would be your first ID for the afternoon. The smallest predator in South Africa. So send your guess to questions@juma.com, and if you guys guess it right, then we'll tick it off the checklist, which I will be talking about in a few minutes for our new viewers. But for now, my name is Sebastian, and welcome to Juma Game Reserve this afternoon. And we've got Tara behind the camera and Mark back in final control. And I'll be your guide this afternoon, be taking you around our property, Juma Game Reserve, which is part of Sabi Sand, which is part of Kruger, which is part of South Africa, part of the world. Very cloudy again this afternoon. It did clear up this morning. We had a very nice weather this morning. Actually did get very hot around 9-10 o'clock. And for the last couple of hours, a lot of clouds have arrived, and it's getting, again, very overcast, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're getting some rain tonight or maybe tomorrow. But let's see how it goes. I'll take you on drive now, and this morning, for those who were not with me, we did a bit of ID this morning, which I must say I really enjoyed. And of course, the drive is not all about this. It's not a race. There's no competition or anything. It's more about being able to ID as many species as possible to see what we can find here in Juma Game Reserve. And
there's a bit of a challenge between the three of us.
There's a little bit of a challenge, but I actually don't really worry about who's gonna get the most, because at the end of the day I'm enjoying learning as well. There were a couple of birds this morning that I wasn't too sure about, and it's nice to open the book and look for them and learning as we go along. And I think it is how you must take it as well. It can be very easy. Sometimes we'll ask you what bird is this or what animal is this, and it will be an impala, or it's just to be able to tick it off the list. But sometimes we'll find some mammals or some reptiles or some birds which would be a bit challenging, and I think it's nice to open books and try to look for them. And like I say, I will always try to give you the French names, and this morning there were a couple that I couldn't find, couldn't remember, and I looked for them, and I will let you know now what are the names in French for those of you who were with me this morning. For those of you who were not with me this morning, here's what I'm talking about. This is the Juma checklist that this is a bit of a game that we're playing at the moment, and you can get the checklist you can order it on checklistjuma@hotmail.co.za, and you'll get an online checklist with a list of, just touched the mic there, with a list of different amphibians and birds and reptiles, and as we go along, as we identify them, then we tick them off. And Tara, myself and Mark each have 20 drives, and at the end of 20 drives we will see which one's got the most ticked, or which one's got the most species ticked. But like I said, it's not just about that, it's more about between the three of us how many species we're gonna get, and just to have a good idea of how many species you can get in Juma Game Reserve. If you want the booklet itself, it is also possible, and you can send an email to the same email address, checklistjuma@hotmail.co.za, and Eugene will send you the booklet itself for $5. So yeah, here we go. And like I said, the drive is not all about that, and of course, if I don't stop, when I stop for an animal, and if I don't ask you to ID it, then you don't have to send email to Mark or to whoever is in FC trying to ID it. You only have to do it when I ask for. Like for this one that we just started the drive with, if I say something like, alright, this is your first guest or your second guest, please ID it, then you can send your email to Mark. Otherwise, if I mention the name it doesn't count. You can't tick it off. You can tick it off, but I can't. I can only tick off species that I've asked you to ID, and if you did ID it right, then I can tick it off, and then I can try to give you the French name as well. But that's not the main thing. We will be driving around, stopping from sighting to sighting, stopping for trees, stopping for birds as well, and if there are some interesting animals, species out there that I feel we should tick off, then we will tick them off. So let's not waste any time. So in case it starts raining any minute, let's jump on board, and hope you guys will enjoy the drive with me this afternoon. Let's go and ID some animals. I really don't think it will rain this afternoon though. It's still the clouds are quite high, but the weather is changing quite fast, so you never know. And we've got a winner, MJ. Well done, MJ. MJ came back with the dwarf mongoose. And maybe we can have a look at this one quickly while they're still there. Very well ID'd, MJ. So that was our first ID of the afternoon. We did ID 12 species this morning, 2 or 3. I think we had 2 mammals, 1 reptile, and the rest was birds, 8 different species, 9 different species of birds. Okay, they're very active at the moment, busy foraging around, so it's difficult to have to keep them in the shot. But they're a bit everywhere. I can see them running on quarantine a little bit everywhere. It's just they're just not easy to film. The easiest is when they are on the termite mound, especially early in the morning when they're busy getting warm from the sun rays. Then you can get a very nice shot of them because they're quite still, not moving too much. So I think we've got 3 or 4 different species of mongoose here in Juma. And, this one is the most common one. The one we see the most is the dwarf mongoose. And it's good, we've already ticked it off. This morning I had another one. I had a slender mongoose, but it was too fast and we couldn't get a shot of it, unfortunately. But that's another species of mongoose. And this one is by itself, doesn't live in community like the dwarf does. It's a solitary mongoose, and it's a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. It's got a very long tail. With I think the back of the tip of the tail is black. That's your slender mongoose. But I wanted to give you the French name for the dwarf mongoose as well. Like I explained this morning, I think it would be nice when we do that checklist, if you guys are interested to have to keep your pen and your paper close to you when we ID an animal, I can maybe give you the French name. Got a herd of impalas here, so no need to ID that. We will ID the impalas another day. Nice big herd actually of impalas in front of us. But like I was saying, I'll try to give you the French name for every single mammal or bird or reptile that we ID during my drives, so that at the end of the 20 drives, I mean, you could guys come up with a big list of mammals, reptiles, amphibians, birds, and that we get in Juma Game Reserve, and you could have like kind of two columns, one in English or the English names and one column for the French names. And for this afternoon, for example, the first one that we did was the dwarf mongoose, which would be in French or mangouste naine. Mongoose in French it would be mangouste, almost the same word. It's just you got a T-E at the end, so mangouste. And you spell it M-A-N-G-O-U-S-T-E, mangouste. And then dwarf in French would be naine, and that's N-A-I-N-E. N-A-I-N-E. So mangouste, naine. M-A-N-G-O-U-S-T-E, and then naine, N-I-N-E, mangouste naine. So like I was saying, quite a big herd of impala in front of us. Few males, you can see a few males, so the males have horns and the females lack the horns. That's how you differentiate males and female. And quite a few females, quite a lot of females in that herd. There's 1, 2, 3, I think I see 3, 4 over there, 5, 6, 7. Oh, and we've got some baboons actually in the middle of the herd as well. Did you film them earlier on?
No,
the baboons.
I didn't see them.
They're there, they're foraging in the middle of the impala herd.
It's going to be difficult for us to see them. So if you can roll forward, maybe slide with them.
Yeah. Let's try to get the baboons. Is that it?
Yeah.
Always nice to have a couple of species feeding together. And hopefully, obviously this is how can I say, it's not really just a coincidence that the baboons are with the impalas. They both species use each other for safety. Basically, for baboons being among a big herd of impalas like that, they know that they are safer than if they would be by themselves, because they've got more ears around, more eyes looking around, and it's quite a big herd of impalas. So they're pretty sure that if any predator comes along or tries to approach, then the impalas will spot the predator and will give a distress call, an alarm call. So the baboons feel safer and they can forage. They can forage among the herd, feeling a little bit safer. I wouldn't say that the impalas feel safer because the baboon are there. They might, because it's also for them another species which got good eyes and good ear and good sense of smell. So it's also a bit of extra safety for them to have baboons feeding in the same or feeding among them. But it's I wouldn't say it's as much as it is for the baboons, though. And we were talking about feeding behavior of the baboons earlier on this morning. I had a question from someone asking me how many times they feed a day, and I was saying they do feed early in the morning when they wake up after a long night, usually up in the trees because it's safer. They get down on the ground and they feed just after sunrise, and then they usually stop and have a bit of a break around 8 or 9, 10, and then we start feeding again around, depending on the heat of the day, midday, then have another break and then maybe feed a little bit again before going to bed at the end of the day, just around sunset. Today what happened was very hot today, so they might not have fed around midday. Maybe they were just taking it easy in the shade, and they're feeding now, and I'm pretty sure they're going to rest for a couple of hours after that before going to probably Yuri's house. That's where they like to stay at night, go up the trees above Yuri's house, and they usually spend the night there. And I don't know if the camera would pick that up, but I mean, you can see it's a little bit greener than it used to be even 2 or 3 days ago, and that's thanks to a little bit of rain that we had in the last couple of days. And it's not as green as it is going to be in a couple of months during the rainy season, but it's just that little bit of rain you can see on the road there where those impalas are crossing. Just a little bit of rain did bring some greenery, and this is nice grass, very healthy and tender and tasty grass for herbivores, grazers like impalas. On the right hand side of your screen, they don't just graze, they also browse on leaves and twigs, like this one is doing. Actually, it's very big herd. Might be a few herds together. Sometimes few herds just join forces and stay together. Also, once again, for safety. You can see quite some heavy cloud in the sky now. All right. Let's carry on with our drive.
Did you find out for the grey lurry what the French was?
Yeah, it is actually the Turaco concolor. So it is.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah. Thanks to. So I won't remember. I think it was Lynn in Canada. Yeah, it was Lynn in Canada who sent this morning the French name for the grey lurry. Sorry?
I missed it.
Yeah.
I missed what you were saying this morning.
And I was just a bit confused because Lynn was saying Turaco concolor, and concolor doesn't sound French to me. It sounds more like Spanish.
Okay.
And I know that Turaco is the name for all the luries. Then you also told me that maybe the grey lurry's got another name because it's not a Turaco, it's...
yeah, in South Africa it's not known as
yeah, because it's got only one color, right?
just the grey. Yeah.
Just the grey, yeah.
It doesn't have the touristic Turaco.
Exactly, yeah, where your Turacos get many colors. But no, in French it keeps the name Turaco, and then I went on the net, did a bit of research, and I did find out that what Lynn was saying is correct. It is the Turaco concolor. So I don't know why.
Quite interesting.
Why concolor? I don't know, because that doesn't sound French.
What does concolor mean?
Well, con in Spanish means with, and color is color, like,
Colour.
so it's almost like Turaco with color, but it actually doesn't have any color.
Yeah.
But unless, I don't know, there's something maybe behind the name that I'm missing, maybe.
Okay.
And another few names this morning, also a few species that we ID'd, and I wasn't too sure about the names, and thanks to actually a few viewers who did send some emails and questions at juma.com, and also did a bit of research on my side. I also want to say thank you to Tina sending a very helpful email about how to get the French name, and that would be using Wikipedia. So basically typing the name in Google research, and Wikipedia would come up with the name, and then in the left column you would usually have the possibility to click on different languages, and if you click on French, Français, then it will give you the name of the animal in French, which is really helpful. But let me keep quiet for now because of the pump. I'll talk to you on the other side. Yeah, also, yeah, but that Wikipedia thing works very well, Mark? I tried it just before going on drive, and it was really helpful with a few names that I was stuck about this morning. I actually did get the answers there on Wikipedia. So if I get stuck on drive, then either Mark can maybe help me with the Wikipedia thing, finding the French name, then you can read it to me, or I can always do some research when I get back to camp, and I'll let you know on my following drive. But for this morning, the few names that I was not too sure about were the red-billed oxpecker. We did get the red-billed oxpecker, and I couldn't remember what is an oxpecker in French. I knew it has something to do with buff being like a buffalo or a cow, or not a cow but like a bull. And it is pig buff, à bec rouge. So pig buff in one word is your oxpecker, and you spell it P, if you're ready with your pen and paper for those who are taking notes. P-I-Q-U-E-B-O-E-U-F.
What was the name?
Pig buff for the oxpecker. Pig buff.
That's cool. Pig buff.
Buff is a buffalo, and pig is like to... Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
So pig buff, P-I-Q-U-E-B-O-E-U-F, à bec rouge. So red-billed is A, so the letter A, and then another word for bec, for bill, I mean, the beak of a bird is bec, B-E-C. B-E-C is bec, and then the color red is rouge, R-O-U-G-E. So pig buff, A, bec, rouge, B-E-C, R-O-U-G-E. What I could do maybe is after drives, just post something on my public profile with the names in English and in French. For those of you who missed it in French, I could just kind of every time I'm on drive give you just go on my public profile on Facebook, and yeah, I'll do that. So I'll give you the names during the drive and I'll spell them for you, but also try to, for those of you who missed it. Nice. Are you guys gonna stay there? Please stay there. That will be your ID number 2 for the afternoon. Quite a small common antelope. We usually... Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. You go a little bit forward. Don't run away, please, guys. Don't run away. I've never seen them mating before. That would be interesting if they mate for us now. But like I was saying, quite a common, very small antelope. usually solitary or in couple. I mean, like this. They don't live in herds like impalas do. And you'll find them either solitary or in pair, like these two. The male, it's got the horns. The one who's in shot now is the male, and then on the left inside, the female. And they were just trying to mate a couple of minutes ago. We'll see if they try again. Who dang it? Who dang it, Tara? Oh, and we could have ID number 3 on the other side of the car. But let's have a look at this one first. And if ID number 3 stays put on the other side, then Tara will show you ID number 3.
It's nice to see he's actually burying his bones.
Yes, I was going to talk about that. You see, that's what these species of antelope do. Once they've defecated, they are well known to bury their dung, like you can see this male was doing now.
Where's number 3?
ID3 is right there, looking straight at you. I might have to move a little bit forward for you if the car wants to. No.
Yeah,
Can you get him from there?
not really.
Okay.
Try before you
Let's try, because I think if I switch on the car, ID number ooh, sure. Bit camera shy. Did you get it though?
Got him,
Yes?
got him.
Okay, so that was your ID number 3, and it's still over there behind all those branches. You can still see him there. Not too relaxed though, not like those 4 we usually see.
No.
He's a bit more camera shy, this one.
Mhm.
Okay, another great visual. Let's try to go a little bit forward,
I'm not sure.
because he's hiding. See if you can get a visual of him through here. No, I'll give you a better shot. Hold on, there. What about there? Isn't that better?
No, but it's not that
Yeah. That's what I wanted to give you, that gap there. Stop being camera shy, mister. And a well done to Patty Mulligan for ID number 2, which was your Steenbok. Well done, Patty. We can tick that one off. Another great visual. Yes? And well done to Destiny for ID number 3, which is your warthog. Unfortunately, not a great visual of him. I don't know. And those 2 Steenboks. Maybe they'll try to mate again. Just keep an eye on them for a couple of minutes. See what they're up to. It's the female's turn now, you see, to bury her dung.
She's urinating.
She's urinating now. So he's smelling her urine to see if she's ready for mating, ready to mate. Interesting behavior to get on camera. And here we go, burying like the male was doing with his tongue earlier on. And that's how the male will know if she's receptive or not, by smelling. I can hear zebras. By smelling or even tasting and using a special organ in its mouth. I think, where's that organ? At top of the palate?
Yeah.
Yeah. To test the urine and basically get the, I don't know, just by testing the urine and using that organ, he will know if the female is receptive or not and ready to mate. And you see he's trying now to mate with her again. Come on. Just wanted Kanda to go a bit forward without starting it, but didn't want to. There you go.
Camera shy now.
Little bit camera shy, yeah. Alright, let's let them be maybe. And steenboks are quite shy antelopes as well. I'm actually surprised that they didn't run away. They usually run away when you stop the car. And but he's definitely interested in that female though. He's very interested. Would be nice to catch it on camera, but if we don't, well, we don't. It's just this kind of behavior. It's always nice to witness, not witness it, but to see it, to observe it, and also to film it. It's like animals giving birth, animals mating. Is always something nice to observe and to get on camera. Most of the time when you see steenboks, they'll be either feeding or running away from you or standing still, hoping that you're not seeing them. I mean, in the last 5 minutes we had them defecating and burying their dung or their wee, like they are well known to do, but that's something it's very difficult to get on camera as well. I mean, since I've been working here, I actually don't think I've been filming this kind of behavior before. I knew about it, I've read about it, but I've never seen it with my own eyes. And then also trying to mate is something quite formidable. Nice to quite a nice steenbok sighting. Instead of just feeding or running away from you, we had a bit of actions. It's nice. Okay, well, let's let them for now. Let's let them be. And I wouldn't really like someone to stare at me while I'm in my bedroom trying to mate. So let's give them a break. Let's give them some intimacy. Sure, you're displaying, little one. Nice, nice display. Do it again for the camera, please. Again. Come on, don't be camera shy. It's not displaying as much as he was just 2 minutes ago. Opening his wings, and it's much louder than that as well.
So he's just warming up again.
Mm. So if you guys want to try and ID this one, also a very common bird, could be your ID number 4.
There we go.
He's getting there, he's warming up. And I want the full name for this one, not just what it is. I need, here we go. How cool is that? Who does he does that to though?
His mate's around here somewhere, I think.
Huh?
His mate will be around here somewhere.
Yeah, because that's mating display, but I just don't see any mate around.
I'm sure she's here.
But this is really cool when they do that. Come on, do it again, one more time. No, don't hide yourself. Let me try to go a bit forward, huh? So like I said, I want the whole name for this one, not just what it is. I need the whole, because there are different subspecies, and I want, or different species, sorry. And, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I did push it a bit there. Trying to get a bit too close. Okay. But you had a good look at it. And then in front of us, we've got actually the other species. That's why I wanted you to give the species and not just what it is. So now, so you've got ID 4, which was the one displaying, and in front of us there, that would be your ID 5, which is the other species. Same kind of bird, but a different species. So that's why I want the whole name for ID 4 and ID 5. On the ground, I think he's on the ground feeding now. Yeah. They're very funny when they're on the ground. There we go. So, hope you got that. Look at the beak of this one. Remember the beak of the previous one. And the size, everything. Always take everything in consideration when you ID birds. And send me or send Mark your ID. found some stuff on the ground there, maybe some ants. Yep, he's got some stuff there. See, he's digging. Yeah, sorry, Marco. Alright, first prize for ID number 4 goes to Dr. Rita. Well done, Dr. Rita, for yellow-billed or yellow-billed hornbill. Sorry, I switched on the car at the same time, Mark. ID. Abby. Alright. And first prize goes to Abby for ID number 5 with red-billed hornbill. So that's kind of cool. Actually, I need to write it down quickly before I forget. Cool, nice. 2 species of hornbills next to each other almost, and we need a third one, and then we'll have almost all of them. Well, at least not all of them, but almost all of them that occur here in Juma Game Reserve. There are lots of different species of hornbills, but here in Juma we've got 3, and out of 3 we've got 2 already. Yesterday afternoon I think Tara had one. She had the other, or almost. You almost got the other one yesterday afternoon, eh?
Sorry?
You almost got the grey hornbill yesterday.
Yeah, it was around, but it just flew off.
Yeah. Not as common as the yellow-billed and red-billed, but we do get them. And the French... For sure. I know. Just tell me. William, good afternoon to you, William. William's got a question regarding caracals, if we get them around here, and if they live on the ground or in the trees. Well, yes, we do get them, William, we do get caracals, and I've never seen one, but I know a few guides who have been lucky enough, and it's very difficult, you need to be very lucky, and usually you will see one at night. They are nocturnal animals more than diurnal, but they live on the ground, William, not in the trees. They don't go in trees. You'll find them on the ground, and you need to be very lucky. But yeah, I mean, you do get them. Let's cross fingers. Maybe one evening we'll be lucky enough to get one in our spotlight for you, William. And we've got a few dagger boys here, African buffaloes, Trials Dam. It's been a hot day and they are chilling in the mud. That's why we call them dagger boys. Daga meaning mud in Zulu. And this is why. In summer, that's what they do for the most part of the day. And I'll get back to you about the French names for those IDs that we had this afternoon, and also the ones that I missed this morning. But before that, I just want to answer a few questions. So you can fire, Mark, if you got more questions in the pipe. Patty, good afternoon, Patty. Is that Patty Mulligan? Patty Walters. Oh, okay, Patty Walters. Well, good afternoon to you, Patty. Patty is asking if yellow-billed, hornbills and red-billed hornbills mate together to get some. Sorry, what? If is the question if to mix up the colors? Okay, I don't think they do. Red-billed and yellow-billed, they don't mate together. They're two strictly different species, eh?
Sorry?
The yellow-billed and the hornbills? The yellow-billed and the red-billed hornbill, they don't mate together.
Separate species.
Yeah, but they don't mate together at all, eh?
Not as far as I know. No.
Not as far as I know either.
I've not heard of any hybridization.
No. So no, Patty, they don't mate together. And we did ID that bird this morning, for those of you who were with me. It's the one that I was saying at the beginning of the jar in French, we call it pique-bœuf. And that's why. Pique meaning like to pick almost. Pique-bœuf.
Bec rouge.
Yes. Pique-bœuf à bec rouge. And that's why we call them pique-bœuf, because of what this one is doing right now. And bœuf stands for, I've got a squirrel calling over there. Bœuf is a bull or a buffalo. They can be cool. Yeah. No, this. Yeah, I'm not surprised. This buffalo is actually moving on now. It's a bit too much. A little bit too much. Poking him in the eye. Would pick in English would be like, can it be like to poke?
Yeah.
Yeah, huh? Oh.
Pick, to pick at something. I suppose you could
Can
use
poke
it.
or like, no, like when...
Yeah, you sort of pick away at something.
Yeah, in English you spell it P-E-A-K, right?
No, P-I-C-K.
P-I-C-K, okay. Okay, and we spell it P-I-Q-U-E.
Peck is probably what you're thinking of.
Oh, yeah.
Peck.
Oh, yeah. So he's not getting out of the dam, he's trying to find another place there. Maybe where the water is a little bit deeper. And I had a question from Dia. Good afternoon, Dia. Dia was asking what is the purpose of the warts, if I got the question right. If not the whiskers, the white whiskers. Okay. Okay, sorry Mark, I just don't copy you 100% from here. The white hair, what is the purpose of the white hair on the warthog? Well, Dia, the main purpose of this white hair is for, especially when warthogs are young. Let's just move around to try to get a better view. When the warthogs are young and when their tusks are not really developed, not very big, then basically those white hair whiskers basically act as like, or look like, for other warthogs or not for other warthogs, I would say more for other animals, predators or whatever. It looks from far away, it can kind of look like tusks. So that's why they've got this. It's actually to act as like, it's not a weapon because obviously it's just hair, but it does look like a pair of tusks from a distance. And even when they're adult, they will still have these things. So actually it does look like they've got two pairs of tusks, the real pair and that thing on top. But for young, it's even more prominent. The main purpose is to look like they have tusks, to look like they've got a pair of weapons. So they are a little bit more intimidating. They look a bit more intimidating. Just relax, mister. I've seen this one before. Oh, not this one, I mean the one on the dam wall. Missing a horn. His left horn got broken. So yeah, I hope I answered your question. It's this is the purpose of those white hair, and it's just to look a little bit more intimidating, to look like they've got big tusks. Alright, that was our African buffalo. Let's keep driving around. It's quite a nice afternoon. There's quite a lot of general game around compared to this morning. It was pretty quiet this morning, and this afternoon since we've started the drive, we haven't stopped bumping into interesting stuff. It's lovely. I like when it goes like that. Okay, we've got a squirrel calling here. I think he's in that marula tree there. What you've got, little one? There he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he saw a snake. I mean, on days like today, snakes are quite active, especially with the last couple of days being quite chilly or overcast with even a bit of rain and not really warm. On a hot day like today, because it is quite hot, even though it's a little bit cloudy this afternoon, it's still a good probably 20, I'd say good 20, between 25 and 28 degrees in the sun. And snakes get active when you get nice temperatures like that. So you might have seen a snake. I don't think there is a big predator around here.
Buffalo don't seem to be too phased.
Sorry?
Buffalo don't seem to be too phased.
Buffaloes didn't look too. He's looking. It's not looking far. He's looking down, kind of right behind that tree there, which fell over. So I could actually let's try to drive around, do a little bit of off-road and see if you find something. There's you see that fallen tree there. It looks like he's looking down right behind it, not too far behind it. So. Let's go and investigate. Sorry?
Oh. There. Yes.
You got something?
Kitty cat.
Oh yeah, I see it over there. Yeah, I see a leopard I see a leopard. Nice one, Ta. Okay. Sure, that leopard is actually quite close to the buffaloes.
Stop now.
He's somewhere. Oh, you got him there. Yeah, nice one. Very close to the buff, like maybe 50 meters away from the buff. I wonder whose that is. I'm gonna try to ID it now. You see, that shows you always need to take into consideration when an animal is alarm calling, like that squirrel was. And you see, I thought that there wouldn't be a big predator because those buff didn't look too worried to me. I thought that squirrel was pretty shouting at the snake, but it's not as like very thick around here. The bush is not too thick, so I thought, okay, let's go and investigate. Tara also thought that the buff didn't look too worried, but they also didn't look too relaxed, which I agree. And that's why I decided, okay, let's just go do a little bit of off-road and try to investigate. And then Tara spotted the cat moving, walking away in the drainage line. I'm not going to be able to follow him from here. What maybe I should do is drive around the time while he's going.
About it, though. He's going towards the road now.
Yeah, and maybe we can catch up with him on the other side, but I better hurry up because he's quite on the move. Oops. Good. Thank you. What's your name again? Sorry? Oh, Mr. Squirrel. Choco Pops. Close the iris a little bit, please. Thank you, Mr. Squirrel. He's chilling on this branch now. I wish we had time to actually film him. He's chilling on the branch, being a typical squirrel with a nut in his mouth or between his hands, and chilling on its branch, chewing on his nut, going, ha ha. See? Listen to me. When I'm shouting, I've got a good reason to shout. Alright, guys. I would like to pass, please. Because I would like to go and see a leopard. Do you understand? Must I talk buffalo to you? Okay, I'll wait for you to finish. afternoon stations on mobile on Western Gary. Got a Nyarish Lambe on Treehouse Dam, and also just found a Ingwe, Madoda Ingwe, in the drainage line just on the other side of the dam wall, and I'm trying to follow up. I'll keep you posted. Well, that Madoda Ingwe was in the drainage line, you know, on the eastern side of the dam, walking towards the road. Which road is that? Sorry, Ephraim, repeat that, please. Yeah, Treehouse Dam, Ephraim, Treehouse Dam. Okay, copy. I don't have visual anymore, but I'm trying to relocate him, and we'll let you know if I do.
No problem, just coming to give you a hand there.
Take your time, take your time. I'm not in a rush. Well, a little bit though. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate your help. Alright. That leopard is probably far gone now. But you never know. Let's try. Ephraim's gonna make his way as well, trying to give us a hand relocating him. Alright, so he was somewhere there. Yeah, and he walked like that. So he's already crossed. He could be walking on the road, or he could still be somewhere in there. That's when we need to open our eyes and oh, there he is. There he is. Okay. Let me go there. I should never get him with the camera from here. If I'm coming? Okay, I've relocated that Ingwe Madoda. Is east of Treehouse Dam. I'm gonna stay with him. He's almost well attended now, but I'll stay with him in case he gets mobile again. Alright, you'll see my vehicle when you get there if I'm not too far into the Schlatin, but for now I'm quite close to the road. Sorry, what? You're not too sure about what?
I'm not too sure who it was, just from the tail, it looked like it could possibly be.
Yeah, no, I didn't say any name. No, I didn't say any name. I'm not too sure it is either.
See, it looks like.
That's when... Okay, now we've got to try and ID this little fella here.
One of the cubbies.
Could be, eh? Could be Shivan Balana. I got the feeling I saw something else on that termite mound over there, but it might have been just mongoose. Okay, looks like a female, eh? Where's she gone? Oh yeah, I still see some spots there, okay. Well, I didn't have a good visual. I thought it was a Madoda, but now I've got a better visual. It's definitely a Mafazi. I'm thinking maybe Shivinzi, Kerula's cub.
No, it's Shivinzi.
Yeah, 90% sure Kerula's Mapinpan, Mafazi. Okay, let's try and move a little bit forward. Pretty sure this is Shivinzi, eh?
Yeah,
Funny, I could see. Can you zoom in a bit more?
that's as far.
That's as far as you can go. Okay.
I'm seeing the line next to her eye and the little upside down view.
And their brother is probably in the surrounding, and I'm pretty sure I saw something moving close to that termite mound over there, and it might have been him.
She doesn't have much white to the tip of her tail like her brother.
Yeah, true.
It's that very short bit of white. I thought it might have been in Duna.
True. No, but it's definitely not in Duna, eh?
No.
No. Yeah, but I know what you mean by the tail. Yeah, looks like
That I really saw.
looks a bit like in Duna's tail because it's got just a little bit of white. Okay. This is kind of the perfect tree right in front of her to climb. It's got a nice horizontal branch, and I saw her looking at it. Maybe she's gonna climb it. Nice marula tree. Or is it? Yeah, it's a marula. But she seems quite interested in something. It's been looking in that direction, flicking the tail, listening, looking carefully, and no, she's just walked past the tree I was talking about. She's not gonna climb it. You looking for me, Ephraim?
Hey, Julia, you on the front side of the small river, or you are on the southern side?
How can I explain Ephraim where I am now?
Just east of. Just tell him that we've got his visual.
Ephraim, I've got your visual. Can you see me? I'm just east of the dam. So keep going. You'll see me. You see my vehicle.
Just tell him it's south of where he is now.
South of where you are now. South of where you are now. Alright, let's try to catch up with Lindsay. For now, looks like she's hunting something.
I'm good, thanks. And confirm your allocation. I've got your blue waiting.
Did you see her? She's going into, yeah, there she is. Do you have a visual there?
Not great. If you move forward a bit, you'll get through the side. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Oh, did you see that? She just tried to catch a bird. Sure, that would have been really nice to get on camera though. She tried to catch a bird and what?
Any vision from where we were. That's good, that's good.
That's good? And she did an amazing job, guys. I wish you could have seen that.
Yeah, no, we weren't in the right position.
Oh well, it was just for me then. But she did like a show. She jumped probably like a meter off the ground.
I think she's a caracal.
Try to. Yeah, she thinks she's a caracal. Yeah. It's quite thick bush where she is at. It's going to be difficult to get a better visual than where I am. Abel is also struggling over there, trying to find the right place for his guest. And she's after something else now. Kerula is pretty away, trying to hunt. Not trying, hunting. She's away hunting. And cubs are now almost a year old, and they're getting more and more independent, and you see they don't really spend time together anymore like they used to when Kerula is hunting. They kind of go their almost a separate way, and Shivinzi is very what's the word, very inquisitive, very on the move and trying to go for different little things. The other day she was on a rock monitor. Okay, I think I'm gonna reverse. I'm gonna have to reverse from where I am. Yeah, Abel is saying it's very thick bush here. Just one. Yes, Shivinzi. Do you have visual from where you are? Yeah? Okay.
Good, Ephraim, how are you? Good afternoon. Is it? Uh-huh. Did the squirrel tell you that one?
Cheers, Ephraim. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one struggling off-road here. It's very, very thick. But at least we're not too bad here. We've got quite a nice visual. The branches almost make a frame. It's like a nice, makes it like a nice picture, nice photo. Don't get too close, guys. She's gonna move away. So. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay, I'm gonna reverse to go around that way. How am I looking behind? Back?
Right hand down one. Oh, which way are you going?
That way, yeah.
You're going to turn right now, right at the back.
Okay. Tell me when I have to stop.
You need to maybe turn so that your back end goes, so you'll have to reverse out.
go that way, huh?
Yeah. That might not take so good, That's what she got.
Sorry, just dropped my glasses. Okay, that's not gonna work. Alright. I guess Abel is on her tail over there. So I'm gonna try to make my way over there. Very thick, but we'll try our best, guys. Yeah, I'm sure they do, but they make... Oh, I can actually see her from here, okay. She's at the base of that tree there.
Yeah.
Sure. I wish I could go through there. She's kind of like on after anything, you know. She just walks through the bush, and every little thing that she hears or that she sees, she gets into a bit of like stalking mode. She's very inquisitive after every little thing, which is typical of leopard behavior at that age. They will try to hunt anything. Like that other day, she tried that rock monitor. It is not really the kind of kill leopards go after, but at that age, they do. Anything that moves is interesting. Okay, let me try to relocate.
What about their side?
Where? Through here?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, push the mic again. She's right in there.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah. How's that? Do you have visual from here? There. Oh, here we go. That's a nice shot. A little bit too many branches on the way, but not too bad. She is, eh? She is on a mission. Not too sure if she knows where she's going though. Okay. Oh, okay. She's right here.
We want me to come along with us next. Just south of, just north of the ship, Buttering Martin.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very big.
No, from the way that side.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try that.
Approaching, not from picture.
on top of the termite mound, typical of Shivinzi. Sure, we need to get that shot. That's a very nice shot right there. Hello. Sure, posing for us. Almost posing on top of the termite mound. Classic shot of Shivinzi.
Just like a mother.
Just like her mother, yeah, like Tara's saying. Standing by? I heard you talking about something puzaring Machi, but I wasn't too sure. Was that Kerula? Okay, copy that. I'm still with Shivinzi here. She's on top of Shudulu, really nice. I might make my way towards Kerula a bit later then. Are you interested in Shivinzi Lock?
I'm just waiting for it to get here, then I will come there. She's slowly coming down that side. Can I join?
I hope she's gonna stay there for a bit and relax. We're quite far off-road now, and honestly I'm not too sure where is the closest road from here. And
I'll have to pull out to give Jacques a space. Thank you. I'm just going to wait for Abel to pull in. Would you mind staying with the gorilla for a bit? Yeah, I think everybody, they are soon because he's from pretty much cut line. He's close by Zoe's now. Okay, copy, yeah. Now, as soon as Abel's out, I'll take Central Road. Come straight to you as quick as possible to your left leg. What's your location now? I'm nearby Portrait Marty with one massage in Coleman. I think we can start to make my way. Okay, copy. Yeah, no, just really like the other station get skits and from a police acting because myself and Abel with Convoy, so we need to progress them on the other side. Yeah, I guess Abel now is Mamba West, might be out about 2-3 minutes. Okay, copy, yeah, now I'll make my way in Coleman.
just relax now, Shivinzi, please.
She's so busy.
Huh?
She's so busy.
She is, eh? She's after anything. I don't even know how I'm gonna explain Jacques how to get here. To them, I mean treehouse. Why do I get the feeling I was here the other day with Mark? That rings a bell, this place. Yeah. Standing by? Which side are we? Still, we're the western side of...
Just to say southern side of Treehouse Dam.
Southern side of Treehouse Dam M4, but quite far in the Schlattin. It's Mkulu Schlattin, yeah. But yeah, southwest of Treehouse Dam. Got it? Sure. Shivinzi, you're making my life difficult here. Very difficult. Tara almost lost the cushion at the back of Ganda. Where am I gonna go from here? There is another termite man. Hopefully she'll climb. She's after something again.
Yeah, she's going.
Yeah, but you can't get... Can you have her from here?
No, just go.
If I go...
Yeah. Kind of. Oh, I just heard.
I also heard something calling.
Yeah, the Impala.
Impalas are calling ahead, and now she's got the I know you saw me walk. The I know you saw me. I was not hunting. But yes, you were.
She's going that way.
It's going that way now, eh?
That way.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Huh?
I'll listen out the jar.
Okay, thanks. I don't think it's Jack though coming. Yeah, it's
Where is it?
another guy from, I don't know if it's Vuyas or... Okay, I can see the impalas calling there.
She went further up.
Yeah, look at that in front of us. I mean, there's no way I can go through that. We're just gonna lose her now. I haven't heard from Mark for ages either. I don't know if there's no way to come. I see an impala.
Yeah, from where's Seb? Are you coming into the launch? Good copy. Which station wanting the lot for Shavinzi?
I'm gonna pull out
Good copy. If you switch off your engine, you might be able to hear our engine. We're just south of Treehouse Dam. We've just lost visual of Shavinzi. Marla calling it, but you might be able to hear them as well. Let me just check the southern side of Treehouse Dam, that road, because it looked like she was travelling towards it. She was fambling north towards the road, but still quite far into the sea. Oh, there she goes.
Sure. No, that's a Diker. I was like sure she's fast if that's her.
Yeah, we moved further west from where those enconsos come out. So further west from those enconsos.
How many vehicles are unlocked with the Ingwe at Treehouse Dam?
It's only me for now and another mover making his way through.
Should Warren from Opry start heading that way as well?
Well, we've lost visual for now and she's it's very Kulush Latin. Yeah, I'm trying to make my way through, but not easy. I'm trying to relocate her, but for now there is no visual.
Okay, thanks. Is it coming? Here. Yeah, I just turned on to reverse left now. I'm heading north. You still got visual of it? Yeah, country all day. 3 all day. Short, Now what I'll do is I'll go straight through to the bunch of cut line and I'll cut west until you get all here. I think that's our way through out there. Okay, copy.
Standing by?
Yeah, question. Do you mind if I just bypass your lock there? I just want to go to the one to cut line junction to one road.
No worries at all, you're welcome. I might pull out of Shavinzi lock in a minute, but you're welcome. It's only Andrews, yeah?
Okay, well.
guys. I don't think we're gonna relocate her. I might leave her. And Andrews might be lucky. He's gonna probably try to follow up, see if he can relocate her. Kerula has been seen around Filament's cut line, so we'll go and start heading that way, see if we can also maybe spend a bit of time with Kerula this afternoon.
Yeah, by Treehouse Downroad Junction, Bum Junction, Philemon, that line. You drop us me now, boy. Just stop this. Hey, can you stop them, boy? Speak off your mouth. Yeah, you're Bluetooth. Come up your mobile phone. I'm on mobile phone. Okay, I will give you that.
Give me a couple of minutes.
Yeah, she's your bed back, but I'll reverse and then I'll give you a shot and you might do it.
Alright, let's leave Andrews to it. Andrews, come in. I'm gonna leave you to it, M4. I'm gonna leave the Shivenzi lock. So in all stations, only one mover on Shivenzi lock. Andrew is trying to follow up and catch up with her again. Yeah, good luck M4. Makulu Latin there, where you going? Okay. Alright. That wasn't too bad. Hectic off riding. How we call it again? Frantic Friday. No, but for off-riding, Bundu bashing. Friday Bundu bashing. Haha. Well, at least we had a couple of good shots of Shivenzi, which is great. I think Mark is being bombarded with questions, so bombard them back to me, Mark, when you're ready. Oh, okay. Thanks everybody for holding your breath for me. Oh, all right. Patty, welcome back, Patty. I think Patty sent a question earlier on, and she's got a new question about hippos. Not too sure though. Wanting to know for how long do hippos' mums hide their babies before showing them again. Sure, not too sure. Few days maybe?
Sorry?
Well, how long do they hide their babies, the hippos?
They can be in the nursing pool for maybe a couple of months before they go and introduce them to the rest of the world.
Okay, so for a couple of months they will not be seen.
No, you'll see them. They're
Yeah.
there straight away, but they'll be in
Yeah.
the nursing pool.
I think the question is like when she gives birth, how long? Actually, yeah, it will obviously be. Won't be long because you see, Patty. Actually, the baby hippo needs to get back into the water ASAP because of their skin. You know, hippos have very soft skin and they need to spend most of the time in the water. And so, when a baby hippo gets born or is born, the mother will take him back to the water, which could be either the same water hole or the dam where where she comes from, or could be another one, like a nursing pool where there are other baby hippos, but that would be like really not long after she gives birth. So your question was like how long will it take for us humans to see a baby hippo after it gets born? And my answer to you, Patty, could be even just a few hours after, or one day, or like not more than that, because that baby hippo needs to get back in the water. And then if you're lucky to drive past that dam or that waterhole at that time, then you might be lucky to see a brand new baby hippo who was born 6 hours before, Sorry. Sorry, something in the air I'm allergic to. Thank you. All right, Jojo. Good afternoon, Jojo. And Tom. Jojo and Tom having kind of the same question here about snakes. Wanting to know if snakes are starting to come out, and what kind of snakes can we get to see. Yeah, they're definitely starting to get out, Jojo and Tom. We're like really into more than spring. We're almost in summer now. And we've been seeing a lot of snake tracks on the roads, almost on every drive. Not for the last couple of days because it was kind of overcast and not as hot as today, for example, or before, like last week. But we've been seeing a lot of snake tracks. And what kind of snakes you'll be able to see at the moment? Well, anything from your Mozambican speaking cobra, your black mamba, your puff adder. The other day I had a very nice little puff adder, maybe that big. I was driving in the reserve to another lodge in the surroundings, and crossing in front of me I had puff adder, little puff adder, like probably that big. Very cute. Not big, but big enough to harm you if she would bite you, obviously. Big enough to do a lot of damages. But yeah, puff adder, black mamba, cobras, python. A few guides have been seeing python on their drives. Yeah, that's kind of most of the snakes that you will see at the moment. Boom slangs. Stations. Is there any station with Keula?
Well, 3 moments at the moment. Just on the western side of 2 hours marker going to the damage line.
Confirm 3 hours?
Open.
Confirm 3 hours, please.
Yeah, April, 2 hours down, 2 hours marking.
Thank you. Alright, so she's actually getting closer to my pin pan.
Yeah, I think she's looking for.
Okay, so it sounds like Kerula is looking for her daughter Shivinzi because she's by Treehouse Dam, which is just where we come from. So we were looking, we were with Shivinzi, but while we were busy relocating Shivinzi, Kerula is also busy trying to relocate Shivinzi. So what shall we do now? There's 3 vehicles there, so we can't go there.
What is she? Is she over there?
She's at Treehouse in the drainage line. Probably where we found Shivinzi right at the beginning. Somewhere there.
Just heading around Tomadoda, short horn.
Hello. Good, and you text?
Where is he from? Somewhere.
Are you looking for Kerula?
Yeah.
She's by Treehouse Dam now, in the drainage line there. Yeah.
It's a good shot.
Yes, definitely. I think there are quite a lot of vehicles interested in those leopards, obviously. We had quite some time with Shivinzi. I don't want to go back there and wait for my turn to get back into the sighting. I think what we'll do is drive a little bit around, maybe go and check the hyena den. What do you think, guys? See if this morning we were unlucky again, but maybe we'll have a bit more luck this afternoon. Maybe they'll be there. So maybe we can do that. Go and check the hyena den, and then keep an ear on the radio. Okay, I'm gonna keep quiet now. If you won't hear me. Terrible noise from the pump in that deep there, filaments deep. So yeah, I'd say let's drive around a little bit, answer a few questions. I still need to give you the French names of some of those animals on the checklist that we've ID'd this morning and this afternoon. But most importantly, answer a few questions. I think there are a few questions in the pipe. And slowly but surely making our way towards the den. See if our friends are there.
I'm just gonna whip that one. Another 3 more jumps. Perfect. 3 more hit the log.
Yeah.
Gurula is somebody, she's 10 meters away from the perfect spot. Yeah, I don't know. But she does have Gurula, I think there's still a couple coming, but filling out no many more over there. So the keep on calling that I'm coming, no one's taking it, it's 3 more over there from here. Yeah, also, so you spoke to Ifram, and Ifram said, yeah, it's going to stay with the England, nobody said they're going to pull out. And he said he's going to try and relocate on the Bakin one, and he heard, so it's really in that month. And so now...
Alright, sorry folks, a lot of walla walla on the radio, lots of talking. So trying to figure out who's on the sighting, who wants to get there, who's next, who's leaving. So I'm actually glad we're not going back there. It's a little bit, not a mess, but just too many people interested. Chaos, yeah. Alright, so Patty, back again, Patty. Patty wants to know, she was asking questions about hippos this afternoon, and she's resent one quickly saying that baby hippo, about the new baby hippo at the dam. She wants to know if it could have been born last night, because I said earlier on that when a baby hippo gets born, then it might get back to the water or to the dam just a few hours later. So she wants to know if that baby hippo, let's just have a quick look at that. That's the same big herd of impalas we were looking at on Filaments Deep earlier on. They made their way through quarantine now. Nice light on them. But I guess, yeah, let's just keep cruising towards the den. It's already half past 5, so if we want to try see the hyenas and then maybe try go back around Treehouse Dam to see Kerula if she doesn't go far. If she stays around there, then we need to keep cruising. So Patty, sorry. No, Patty, I really definitely not. I really don't think that hippo was born last night. It's, from what I've seen this morning, it's just popping his head out, and it looked quite big to me. I wouldn't say that hippo was born last night. I wouldn't even say in the last couple of days. I think he's a few weeks old. I'm not an expert in hippos, but I've seen Storm last year. When Storm was born, he was really, really tiny. I remember the size of his head just after he was born. It was tiny. So this one was, I'm not saying his head's big, but it's bigger than when I've that Storm, when I've seen Storm for the first time. So I can't really tell you how old that baby hippo is exactly, if it's 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month, or a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm not too sure. Very difficult to give an age to hippos. It's the same as actually baby adult hippos. You can see a big hippo bull. It's going to be difficult to say if he's 20 years old or less or more. It's such a human thing to always wanting to know what age animals are, and I understand that. I'm also curious, but unfortunately it's very difficult to age animals. Sorry? Yeah, Tara thinks a couple of months, just from the size of the head. I was going to say a little bit less. I thought maybe 3 weeks, a month, but yeah. Very difficult to age animals, especially when they're babies like that. But definitely, Patty's question was actually not even how old is he. It was more if I think that he was born last night, and definitely not. It's definitely not born last night, Patty. When we were looking at it this morning, I actually said he's probably around a couple of months old. But then when I thought about what Storm looked like last year, I don't know.
Yeah, Storm is definitely like half the size of that.
Yeah, I know. It was much smaller. But I don't know. Isn't 2 months a bit pushy?
Big baby.
Maybe it's like a month or I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere between a month and 2.
Yeah. I wish you would have been with us last year, Patty, when Storm was born. Wow. We had some very, very nice footage, very cute footage of Storm. We called him Storm because he was born during a storm. I makes sense. Sumac, good afternoon to you, Sue. Glad you're with us this afternoon. Sumac. Sue is asking about hornbills. Where do they make their nest if they live on the ground? They don't really live on the ground, so they're also in trees. But yeah, you can see them on the ground looking for seeds and insects and stuff like that. But you will also see them in trees. And they don't really have a nest. They don't make a nest like most of birds do, but what they typical of hornbills, they will find a hole in a tree, and that's where they will lay the egg in that hole in the tree. And very interesting to watch. This one on camera, so it's flying away again. There. Both of them. How's that? Okay, a quick ID for you. And while Tara is showing you the bird to ID, just want to answer that question about hornbills. So it's very interesting to watch actually. They will raise the chick in that hole, but the female will actually... No, flying away, okay. They just down that tree though. Still on that tree. But I think you guys had a good visual. So send me your guess, send Mark your guess at questions@Juma, so we can tick that one off as well. Very interesting to watch. The female will actually go inside that hole, and the male will actually bring some mud and close the hole with some mud, so that, and will just leave enough space for the beak to go through, and the female would actually be enclosed or be enclosed or locked, not locked, but like enclosed into that hole, into the tree, and that's where she will lay the egg, and that's where she will raise the chick as well. And the male's job would be to go and forage around, find insects and whatever he can to bring back to the nest, and he will close. He would have closed the hole with some kind of clay or mud, that when it gets dry it gets hard. So he would, when the female goes in there just before she lays the egg, he brings a lot of mud and basically puts like some, you call it a door almost, a door made of clay soil, which when it's gonna dry it's gonna be hard and it's gonna make like a proper door, but leaving just a little bit of space, like that much, to be able to put his beak through, so that when the chick is born and the female is in that hole with the chick, raising the chick, then the male will come back to the hole and pass his beak through that door and feed the female and the chick that way. Very interesting. I had the luck once to watch it in Kruger. We were camping, can't remember the name of the campsite, and just above my tent, it was happening just above my tent. I had a female hornbill with a chick, and the male would come, but like many times during the day, I don't know how many times, but as much as he can, because it just looks for food around, and as soon as he finds something, he'll come back to the nest, to that hole, and feed the female and the chick through that little bit of space that he left on the, how can we call it, the homemade door. I hope everything I said made sense. Never tried to explain it in English before. It's very interesting behavior. That's how hornbills makes their nest. So they don't have a nest on the ground or a nest in the trees made of leaves or twigs or grass like lots of birds do, but they will choose a specific hole in the tree, a little bit like this morning. If some of you were on drive with me this morning, we had a green wood hoopoe this morning, and she had definitely a nest. We saw her going inside the hole, and we were waiting for her to come out again, but she didn't. She just stayed in there. But it's not with green wood hoopoe. Don't get confused now. It's not the same as hornbills. Hornbills are the only bird which actually get enclosed. The female would get locked into that hole with the chick, and the male would just to be the male's job to find some food and come back to the hole and feed them through a little bit of space that he would have left just for his beak. And there they're safe, they're protected from snakes and other kind of predators. And she will stay, I don't know for how long though, probably a few weeks, maybe a month before that chick is ready to fly. And when the chick is ready to fly, he will actually, with his beak, he will actually break that homemade door, or I don't know how to call it, that kind of door made from clay soil, which is quite hard but not too hard. So with his beak, just like from knocking on it with its beak, it can break that wall of clay. Let's call it a wall of clay, and fly free, get out of the nest and fly free. And no, I'm sure I did not. I can see Teddy. No, and the first prize would go to RC. Well done, RC, with grey hornbill. So we've got the three species of hornbill this afternoon: the yellow-billed, the red-billed, and the grey hornbill. That's great. Okay, let's put that side. You can see the youngsters and Teddy. Hello, little ones. Hello, Teddy. Coming to say hi, little one. Oh no, I can hear the inverter beeping. Hello, little one. Oh, I'm so happy to see you.
It's looking brighter every day.
Yes, it's getting brighter and brighter every day. Wow. And he's getting more and more inquisitive as well. I don't know where Mama is. She's not around. I can see her. Has the inverter been beeping for a while? Yeah? So I just hear it now.
Oh, I thought you heard it last time you switched off.
stations in Piscicaya on Zoe's Road is active.
This is heading now north. Head on 56.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna drive on the northern side of the road now. Just give me a shout when I'm kind of busy with, so I can stop. Maybe I can get across from the road and then you can come in again.
Putting out for this side. I'm driving left on the road. Driving around.
And folks, while I'm at it, just a quick one. I want to let you know quickly the names in French of what we saw this afternoon. And the Steenbok will probably remain being the Steenbok. I don't think we've got a name in French, but I'll look for it. But I don't think we've got a name for Steenbok in French. They really occur only around here in South Africa, Southern Africa. I don't know. I don't think we've got a French name for it, but I'll look. The warthog that we saw on would be your phacochère, which you spell P-H-A-C-O-C-H-E-R-E. Phacochère. P-H-A-C-O-C-H-E-R-E. Your yellow-billed hornbill. Hornbills in French would be your calao. Calao, you spell it C-A-L-A-O. Calao. Quite a nice name for a bird. Calao. C-A-L-A-O. And obviously we've got 3 species of calao this afternoon. We had the calao à bec jaune, so yellow-billed hornbill. Bec would be B-E-C, and then the color yellow being jaune, J-A-U-N-E, J-A-U-N-E. And calao à bec rouge would be the same, but instead of jaune it would be rouge, R-O-U-G-E. And then we had the grey hornbill, which would be calao gris, G-R-I-S, calao gris, G-R-I-S. I did give you the dwarf mongoose. Yeah, I think that's what we had this afternoon. Steenbok, warthog, yellow-billed hornbill, yeah. And then this morning I just want to correct quickly the lilac-breasted roller. I said in French it was the Rollier d'Abyssinie. The lilac-breasted roller is actually Rollier à long brun in French, which you would spell Rollier, you would spell it R-O-L-L-I-E-R, and then the letter A, and then the word long for long, so L-O-N-G, exactly like in English, and then brun, B-R-I-N-S, basically means long feathers, because rollers have those 2 long feathers at the tip of their tail, so that's what it means. Rollier à long brun. Brun, B-R-I-N-S. Rollier à long brun. I also found out that your white helmeted shrike, wasn't too sure what's a shrike in French. And thanks to RC in Netherlands and a few other people, and also me looking around on the web, on the net, turns out the shrike would be your bagadé, P-A-G-A-D-A-I-S, P-A-G-A-D-A-I-S. And the one we had this morning was the white helmet shrike, so that would be your bagadé casqué, which is C-A-S-Q-U-E. C-A-S-Q-U-E. Casqué means helmet. So, bagadé, casqué. And your Pourchel starling this morning, in French, Pourchel is your étourneau. And an étourneau is spelled E-T-O-U-R-N-E-A-U. And then for the Pourchel starling, they have to be étourneau, the Pourchel, the same as in English. So E-T-O-U-R-N-E-A-U. But what I'll do, folks, is I'll in case you're missing it when I'm on drive and spelling it on drive like I just did. Let's maybe go on the other side of the den. Tomorrow I will write on my Facebook public profile. I'll write down the names, I'll put it in English and in French, so in case you've missed it and if you're interested to have the names in English and in French, I think for some of our viewers, especially people in Canada for example, or we've got some viewers in France as well, I think it is quite nice to be able to get the name in English and in French. So in case you miss it now because I'm spelling it and maybe I don't know if the stream is not good enough or for XYZ reasons you missed it, then if you go on my public profile tomorrow on Facebook, the whole list would be there in English and in French.
How's that for a pillow?
A hyena pillow. A hyena pillow.
So cute.
I think that's not Mama though, there's a female hyena approaching. Looks like floppy hair.
It is floppy. Hello, lady.
She's definitely got a floppy hair. Does she have a pink spot? Yeah,
Yeah.
she does. It is floppy hair that we haven't seen in a while.
Oh, Teddy.
Teddy is scared. Huh. Which one is making that noise? So So here we go. We got the answer to our question. Who's the other mum? We saw two of the mums the other day. I think yesterday it was, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was yesterday. And we were wondering, because there were two cubs that we were not too sure who's their mum. And here we go, we've got the final answer.
So I
Floppy
was
here.
right.
Floppy here it is. Floppy here is the mum of these two. I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I have seen them circling on Floppy here before.
It's funny because I was convinced that she was, and then when that other female came, because I thought she was another of the two older ones.
Yeah.
But when that other female came in, that completely threw me.
So we got the female with the big scar in her back, which is Teddy's mum. And then these two little ones on the left hand side. I've got their mum, which was around here yesterday afternoon that we saw. And then now I've got Floppy here as well with these two. It's important to know that in the hyena society, actually, a female will only let her cubs suckling. So she will only milk her own cubs, and that's how you can, around the den like that, breeding den, that's how you can see which one is which one's mum. And if these two are suckling now on Floppy here, you can be 100% sure that she's their mum. You get some animals sometimes who would let other cubs suckling, but in the hyena society it's a no-no. It's only, you could see when she arrived, some cubs actually tried to get close to her and suckle, and she didn't let them. She will only let her own cubs suckling. But I'm gonna have to say goodbye, folks. That inverter is beeping a lot and it might actually cut out any minute. And I don't really want that. I'd rather be able to say goodbye to you. It's beeping non-stop now, so it's very close to its end. And you don't need to see me. I'll just say goodbye to you. And while we're busy looking at Floppy here, I wish we could stay a bit longer. Quick look at Teddy. My name is Sebastian. I was your guide this afternoon. Tara was on camera. Thank you for your nice camera, nice shots. And Mark back in final control. Tomorrow, please join us again, 6 o'clock Central African time, and Mark will be driving. I will be on camera and Tara back in final control. It's been a wonderful afternoon for me. A lot of ideas. Actually, very nice drive. It didn't stop from the beginning till the end. We kept on bumping into very interesting wildlife. And I hope you guys managed to get some interesting screenshots and get some nice info from me and from the crew. And but yeah, I wish you all a good evening or a good day, depending where you are in the world. And we'll see you and speak to you again tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock Central African time. Bye everyone.